Good morning and welcome back to 10-Minute English Cafe. It is Sunday, July 5th, 2026.
Happy Sunday! The cafe feels slow today, but the tables are full of plans.
I can hear 3 different conversations already.
One table is talking about a new album, one table is talking about breakfast, and one table is planning an evening outside.
So today's keyword is buzz, spelled B-U-Z-Z.
Buzz is that feeling when people keep talking about the same thing until it seems to fill the room.
Exactly. It can be excitement, attention, or conversation around something new.
So not only celebrity gossip, a new snack, a local event, or even a health habit can get buzz.
That is the idea for today. We will look at 3 kinds of buzz.
First, music buzz. How does a new album become an event before release day?
Then, wellness buzz. Why is fiber getting so much attention online and in food culture?
And finally, community buzz. How can a street party and a drone show pull a town together?
Before we begin, if you're new here, we turn real news into natural English conversation every day.
With useful words you can use when you talk about media, habits, food, and weekend plans.
If that sounds helpful, please subscribe and join us for 10 minutes.
Let's see what everyone is buzzing about today.
We'll start with the table talking about music.
They have one very famous name on the menu.
Our first story is about the release campaign for a new album. That already sounds bigger than just dropping songs onto an app. Exactly. The official campaign note said Confessions 2 was set for release on July 3rd. So the album release became a planned moment, not just a date on a calendar. Let's start with the phrase album release. It means the day or period when a new album becomes available to the public. People might say, the album release is this Friday, or fans are waiting for the release. Very useful for music English when a big artist turns a release into an event. The campaign also included a live online premiere on July 2nd. Live premiere is a useful phrase. It means people can watch or hear a first official event as it happens. In this case, the premiere was connected to an official album release party. That creates buzz before the full album arrives. People gather online instead of just waiting. A news report also said the album follows the spirit of Confessions on a Dance Floor from 2005. Follow-up is the key word there. It means a later work connected to an earlier one. Right! A follow-up can bring nostalgia and curiosity at the same time. People remember the old dance floor era, but they also want to hear what it sounds like now. A good phrase here is built-in audience. That means there are already people likely to care before the campaign even starts. The campaign gives that audience a place to focus its attention. In English, you can say, there is a lot of buzz around the album. Or, I want to see what the buzz is about. Perfect. That phrase is useful when you are curious but not fully convinced yet. That is me with almost every album my friends recommend. I know that feeling. Our second story moves from screens to the kitchen.
I am ready, but I can already feel social media trying to rename my breakfast.
The New Yorker looked at a trend called fiber maxing.
That word sounds like it came from a gym, a grocery store, and the internet at the same time.
It refers to people trying to eat more fiber and making it visible online.
So fiber is not just hiding quietly in beans anymore, it has entered the group chat.
The article describes high-fiber recipes, fruit bars, convenience products, and creators talking about digestion.
We can keep the cafe version polite, but I understand why people pay attention.
A key word here is fad.
A fad is a trend that becomes popular quickly, but may not last very long.
We often use it with fashion, diets, apps, or sudden habits.
So the question is it just a fad or a useful habit with a funny internet name?
The article connects fiber to digestion, fullness, blood sugar, and the gut microbiome.
Important note for listeners, we are talking about language and news, not giving diet advice.
Exactly. If people want medical advice, they should ask a qualified professional.
But as English learners, we can still learn the vocabulary. Gut health,
Is one useful phrase.
it means health related to your digestive system, especially the community of bacteria living there.
Another phrase is high fiber foods.
That can include beans, vegetables, fruit, whole grains, nuts, and seeds.
And people say fiber can help you feel full for longer.
That phrase is simple and practical. I can use it when I explain why I chose oatmeal.
For a long time, protein got the spotlight.
Protein bars, shakes, goals. Now fiber is trying to become the next everyday word.
I like that it's less glamorous. The trend takes something ordinary and makes it social.
Social media loves doing that. Yesterday's normal thing becomes today's personality.
The useful expression is catch on.
If something catches on, it becomes popular.
Exactly. You can say, this habit is catching on.
If it catches on, cafes may start putting fiber numbers beside coffee sizes.
Let's hope the menu doesn't become too technical.
Agreed. I came here for English practice, not a spreadsheet of my sandwich.
Our final story takes us to Old Saybrook, Connecticut. I like when the final story takes us outside. CT Insider reported on Celebrate Saybrook Street Party. The name already sounds like a town turning the main street into a shared living room. The event included food, music, family entertainment, shopping, and a pedestrian walkway. Pedestrian walkway means a space where people can walk, usually without cars. For the event, parts of Main Street were closed to vehicles. That changes the feeling of a place. A road becomes a place to wander. The event was also set to end with a 200 drone show. 200 drones is a lot of tiny lights following instructions. The show was planned in honor of America 250, also called the semi-quincentennial. That word is a workout. It means a 250th anniversary. Good. I will practice it after coffee. The important phrase is in honor of. It means done to show respect, celebration, or recognition. A town can hold a show in honor of an anniversary, a person, or a shared history. And because this is local, the buzz is different from celebrity buzz. Yes, community buzz is about participation. You don't just read about it, you walk there, buy food, listen to music, and wave at neighbors. More than 30 local restaurants and food trucks were expected to take part. That pulls people in before the drones. Food is the original notification system. Another useful phrase is top off. If something tops off an event, it finishes it in a special way. Right, the drone show topped off the street party. That phrase works for travel, parties, and meals. We topped off dinner with dessert. Exactly. The final touch made the experience feel complete. A drone show feels modern, but the event itself is old-fashioned, people gathering on a street. That contrast is the story. Technology creates the final image, but the buzz comes from people showing up together. So today's 3 stories are all about attention, but attention moves in different ways. Today's key word was buzz.
In the first story, music buzz came from a major album release and a live premiere.
Fans already had a reason to pay attention before the album arrived.
In the second story, fiber got wellness buzz because an ordinary nutrient became social and marketable.
Fiber really walked into the room and said, actually, I am the main character today.
And in the third story, Old Saybrook created community buzz with food, music, shopping, and a drone show.
A street became a gathering place, and the sky became the final screen.
So here's today's question. Which kind of buzz would you join?
Option A is music release buzz. You want a new album, a live premiere, and a big campaign.
Option B is wellness buzz. You're curious about fiber, gut health, and better everyday habits.
Option C is community buzz. You want food trucks, live music, and lights in the sky.
Tell us in the comments. Write A, B, or C, and add one sentence in English if you want practice.
For example, I choose C because I like local events.
Take today's word with you. Buzz is attention moving from person to person.
When you notice what people are buzzing about, you can join the conversation more naturally.
If this conversation helped your English, please like, subscribe, and come back tomorrow.
Have a peaceful Sunday and enjoy the small buzz around your own table.
See you tomorrow at the cafe.